Okay, so we saw my canon event last video. Here is Kokomi showcase. I'm gonna showcase her on her literal best team. I think this, no matter what you say, this is just her best team. Now, we're gonna fight Messinori the first time, but we have to take this team into Spiral Abyss. It's too good, honestly. This team is just really, really good, so we have to take it into Spiral Abyss.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
And normally, I'm not so willing to take characters into Spiral Abyss like they're, you know, the new, like, crazy character, right? I hate Spiral Abyss. So, for me to say this is, you know, pretty... I'm pressed for, I swear. So now, here we see, 28,000 blooms we see from, you know, this team. Which is just really good, alright? It's just as simple as it being really good. Oh, the fish is gone. Normally, I'm not so willing to take characters in a Spiral Abyss. This is just how confident I am in the Nilou team. It is legitimately just the best team, and I love it.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
Well, it's not the best team, but you get what I mean, alright? I was about to experience another misspeak with Kokomi, man. This is basically what I normally do on this team. I was supposed to pop Kokomi's thing first. Alright, so now we'll hit this. Hit him with the E skill, and now hit him with that, and the jellyfish is still here. That is the biggest thing. As long as I can keep the jellyfish afloat, I am fine with this. And honestly, if you haven't caught on, alright, and now we throw down the jellyfish again. Right, cool. Okay, we do it again. Alright, give me my energy. Alright, thanks. Alright, we'll hit him with the E skills now because the danger cores are gone. Yeah, and as you can see here, obviously, just a massive... did we get the... Oh, I think we did. I think we did. Problems, mega problem. Okay. Ooh. Alright, let's pop Nilou's Q for that extra damage on this guy. Alright, cool, sick. Let's hit this with you. Right? Honestly, we're just gonna hit him like this. Not too big of a difference, but as you can see, we have how much time on this? Like a minute extra? Yeah, and I probably should have used my Ito rather than this team.
Huh?
But, you know... Alright, let's hit him with this. Should be it. Yep. I probably should have used my Ito to make this more of a realistic representation of what happens. Okay, and now because this idiot wanted to stay over here... Yeah, so we didn't really finish with the time that I like, but honestly, Raiden C2 is not... Even Hypercarry Raiden just is not meant for this chamber, right? Honestly, even if I was using... Oh, this might be bad. Ah, that's really bad. Alright.
I can smell the failure!
So I think we'll see the next chamber first half, just because I screwed up so badly on that. I really should not have used her Q skill there. I should have just, you know, used the extra time that I was given. But like I said, Raiden C2 or Raiden Hypercarry in general is not meant for that stage. The amount of setup you need, it takes forever. You set up like 3 times, which is like 20 seconds in and of itself. And then I guess we'll give healing effectiveness because that is good for Kokomi. Normally I don't buff the team that I'm using, but I feel like it really doesn't matter here. I mean, it kind of does. It is like, you know, negating the entire reason why people don't use Kokomi. Okay. Or people why don't use Nilou. Alright, but here we go. And as you can see, the blooms are taking care of them pretty well. Okay, now we are going to see this, which is going to be very fun. So... These guys, last time I did this, were an absolute joke. They got washed. All right, let's pop. Oh, no, their E-skill isn't ready. Okay. Now it's ready. All right. So these guys got absolutely washed last time I went in for this. So, yeah, we can tell already. Look at the damage. This is unlike any other team that I use. All right. Yeah, the damage now is starting to add up. They have to be sort of close together. But now... You know, I think Traveler kind of let us down there. I think his AoE was kind of bad. Yeah, this wasn't really a good showing for him, but once again, we are at like an extra minute to do the other thing. So very, very good, honestly. And Kokomi is the reason why. Kokomi is the reason why that team functions so well. And there we go. We still did it, which, you know, to be fair, was like 20 seconds. You're definitely not doing that with a regular Raiden. But once again, I really don't think Raiden is meant for like the second half of this, especially considering the energy guys at the end here, which is why I'm not going to be doing this next part. But yeah, just to show we clearly, you know, absolutely destroyed it. But overall, Nilou is great. Honestly, you could probably use it as single target. I know Bloom is normally used for, you know, yeah, you probably could.
But that's simply not possible. And I don't find this funny anymore.
It never was supposed to be. Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not?
You probably could switch it up and have Bloom on the second phase rather than the other one. So yeah, you probably could. I just, you know, I don't feel like it because I don't really like Spiral Abyss, but that was a little showing. Spiral Abyss this time is pretty easy, though. It's not exactly like the grandiose showing of how great this team can be.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
So that is Kokomi's best team, and that I think is the best showcasing for her, because using her as an on-field applier is probably the best way to use her in general. Even on a freeze team, I'm still not that big of a fan of her. I think maybe Ayato would be better in a freeze team rather than Kokomi, but she provides the healing, which is, you know, if you don't need the healing because they're frozen, it's a whole thing. And I was running her on full HP. We did see at that one moment I was at like half HP, which is pretty bad, honestly. And in general, that is pretty bad considering I have 47,000 HP. But that's the reason why Kokomi is able to, you know, why Kokomi is used, right? Because if Kokomi is able to be used and able to have, you know, 47,000 HP, half of that HP is like 23,000-ish, we'll say. Both Nahida and the Traveler are dead if you try and use them in that slot.
Am I a joke to you?
And that's with Kokomi being on her. I think she was using her burst and she was healing next to her jellyfish. So like that is how damaging Nilou's team is and gets once you apply with all the wolves and stuff and all the enemies attacking you, obviously. But overall, my build is basically the normal Kokomi build. You do want a high energy recharge on her. She's not exactly the kind of character where you can just slap on good main stats and then go like Zhongli, right? Zhongli, that's a plus for him. Oh my god, you need to be switched. Is he still? Oh, he is. He's still, you know, having fun with Shimenawa. I don't know how much Kokomi was actually hitting for those, you know, bubbles, right? The bubbles never are like a huge thing for me. I never notice their damage. It's never that huge for me. And honestly, I think you just have to be too close to the enemy, honestly, in order for the bubble to pop and like do damage. So it's not really something that I like to factor in a lot. I mean, it does happen, and when it does happen, it is a good chunk of damage, right? But it's not huge, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, and in the editing, I'll be able to prove myself wrong. But overall, I don't really like the bubble, honestly. I might go for two-piece tenacity and, like, I don't know. Maybe I'll put Maiden's Beloved on her also. I think that is the second set that also gives healing effectiveness, yeah. I do kind of want to get a better run against those 4 guys, because I'm going to be real with you. I've vaporized those 4 guys in, like, 4 seconds, all right? I'm not joking. Those guys, like, I was surprised that they died. I was like, wait, what? I'm done? Because I used the Nilou team my first Abyss run through this. This team, honestly, is very, like, pretty good, honestly. And I think you might want to replace Kole with this, with Nahida. But Nahida's giving, you know, like, 250 elemental mastery, so it's a little weird. And also, Nahida's doing damage within, like, herself. Like, she's got, you know, that is 50% crit rate, I think. So Kole needs to be replaced, but Kole only has her burst up for 4 seconds. Yeah, her problem with Kole, her burst is 6 seconds and its cooldown is 15 seconds. So you're really hoping that unless there's a cooldown duration increase to 9 seconds. Okay, that's a little better. It's 6 second. That might be better, honestly. I might need to level my Kole. But that's all I want to, you know, show for this video. Just show how Kokomi works and functions. And if you're summoning on her, good luck. And if you're not summoning on her, then, you know, good luck on 4.0, maybe. If you're summoning for those characters, I wouldn't be surprised if you're skipping for that man. Oh, that man. I might have to skip the Archon for him.